Hey guys, it's Ashley, and today I am going to try and help you decide which type of clear stamper is best for you. I know that ever since the clear stampers first came out, there has been like a overflow of new stampers on the market in all different shapes. I've seen them all the way from pill holder looking with the big stamper head in it to weird oblong shapes to just looking like they're in PC piping. So, I mean, they've come out. I mean, look, now they even have the square clear ones. I mean, just all sorts of different shapes. And it can be, I mean, if you want to buy just one and you don't want all these different shapes, then hopefully this video will help you. I mean, they have them with closed bottoms, open bottoms, just like, if you can imagine it, can hold a stamper head and stamp with. They probably have a clear stamper in it somewhere. So I have the 4 pretty basic shapes, and I purchased all of my stampers off of AliExpress. I'll leave the direct links to the sellers that I purchased mine from in the description because I got all of mine fairly fast. I do not know for sure if these two pick up yet because I have not tested them yet because I just got them. And I figured what better time to test them than in this video to see how much I like them. And if you watch my videos and you're subscribed to me, then you know that the stamper holder that I prefer right now is this kind of cloudy one right here with the open bottom. And I will show you why here in a second. To start off, you have your standard clear jelly stamper. This is the shape that was with the original clear jelly stamper. I think you could pay in upwards of $30 for the original one with shipping, but once AliExpress came out with them, they were like $1 or $2. The first one I ever had was actually in a purple case, not the cloudy case, and I picked the cloudy case instead of like one of the pinks or the purples or the clears because it lets a little bit more light in and you can see through it a little bit better than you could if it was like, I can try, if it was like that. See the difference? It doesn't let light in through the sides. This way lets light in through the sides. So I love the stamper. I use it in almost all of my videos. It's, as you can see, it's pretty squishy. I mean, it's like a squishy firm. It's definitely not a marshmallow stamper, but it's squishy enough that I can just press down and get the design on my nail, and my nails have a very, very strong C-curve. So to test this stamper out so you can see it in action, I am going to stamp one of these lovely designs onto my nail. And this is the Born Pretty store plate. And I will also test it with an Ajubis plate and a Maui London plate to see how well it stamps. And as you can see, it picks up very well, and you can see directly through it to the image. Now, so you can see me transferring the image onto my nail. Transfers beautifully as well. And real quick, I'm just going to test it out on this Ajubis plate and see how well it'll pick up the images off the different plates. And as you can see, it picks up the image perfect. Next up is a Maui London stamping plate. And another flawless pickup. So, like I said before, I've been using this stamper a lot, and I have not found a plate yet that this stamper will not work on if the plate works. Also, one thing I would like to mention, a bunch of times people will say that this stamper doesn't work, or I've had several people message me and say, oh, I can't get my clear stamper to pick up. I got it from this store, blah, blah, blah. Normally the problem is that people are not using a rolling motion. With this form of the stamper, you have to use a rolling method to get like the best perfect pickup. I know there's some plates you can press straight down on and they'll pick up, but I found that whenever I roll, it picks up 10 times better than if I were to just press straight down. And a lot of mistake that some people make is whenever they roll, but they push down and roll. You don't need to push down and roll. Whenever you're rolling, you need to just roll it. Don't push down, just roll it over the image and it will pick it up perfectly. Okay, and the next stamper was one that came out sometime after the other stamper head. I'm not sure exactly how long the release dates were in between them. And as you can see, this one has a lot of nail polish on it. But as you can also see, acetone, when on the case of this stamper, will actually ruin the casing that this stamper is in. So because I have no just plain nail polish remover, it's this, yeah, it has nail polish all over it. And besides the fact, I don't use this holder, and I'm going to tell you why. It's because even though it is completely clear all the way around, it comes with a nice cap. The head of this stamper is nice and squishy firm. Works amazing. I do not get acetone on the case of this stamper. I spilled acetone on this case, and as you can see, it ruined it. But the reason I never got into using this stamper holder, or this form of the clear stamper, is because when you look through it, minus the acetone smear on the bottom, it kind of gives you like tunnel vision because it's so long and skinny and the top is closed off. Like, I don't know, I just never did like the way that it looked when I was trying to stamp with it. I found it was much easier for me to place an image with the previous stamper with the open bottom. But other than that, if you like the closed bottoms on these stampers, then that'll be fine for you. But I just, as you can see, I'm letting you see through it, don't like the way that it looks when you're looking through this stamper holder. And as you can see, it picks up the little sea turtle perfectly. Now to place it on my nail. And ta-da. Picks up perfectly, places perfectly. Like I said, I just prefer to look through the open bottom more than I prefer to look through the closed bottom. Here's the closed one looking through it. And here is the open one looking through it. Alright, now to test this one out on the other two stamping plates that I have for testing. And it picks up perfectly. And for the Born Pretty store plate, and as you can see, it picks him up perfectly as well. And this next stamper head is one that I have not tested out yet. I literally just opened it, and it is a rectangular version of the squishy clear stampers. As you can see, it's very squishy. It's actually a little bit, it's sticky too. I don't know if you can see that. but it's a lot, it's sticky. These are not sticky at all, hardly, but this one is very sticky compared to these. When assessing this stamper, I noticed that it had a clear bottom, but not only does it have a clear bottom, it has a line already going through the clear bottom, and then it came with these little niches in the plastic. So I don't really know what the purpose of having a clear stamper is if it has this bottom with lines going through it, because to me that makes it obviously 10 times harder to stamp with it. And if I would have known that it was going to come with a sealed off bottom, not only but with a line going through the middle of it, and I mean, it's not even like perfectly clear plastic, I probably would have not purchased this stamper. But let's see how well it picks up. So I'm going to test it out on the Maui London stamping plate first. And first off, I'm going to try pressing straight down and see what happens. And as you can see, it did not pick up very good pressing straight down. So with this stamper, you're probably going to have to roll as well. So this is the second attempt, and I'm just going to roll it like I do my other ones. And as you can see, that time it picked up really well. Oh yeah. Highly do not recommend this clear stamper I love the stamper head though. Like, I love this head. It's so squishy and it's a little bit sticky, but like I said, this bottom is a killer. I guess I could probably saw it off right here, but if you don't want to go through the trouble of having to saw the bottom off of it, I don't recommend this one. They need to come out with a version of this with an open bottom. And if they already have that, someone please let me know, because I really, really, really like this stamper head. So next I'm going to try it out on this Born Pretty Store stamping plate to see how it does with it. And another perfect pickup. As long as you roll, it picks up perfectly. And next I'm going to test it out on this Ajuba stamping plate and see how well it does with their images. And again, I'm using a rolling motion, not pressing down hardly at all, and it picks up perfectly. Oh, I love this stamper head. Why can it not be with a clear bottom? Anyway, so there's that stamper head. It picks up great. It's stickier than the other ones. It's squishier. But this holder, they need to work on this holder design. And last but not least is one of the newest stamper heads that I have seen, or clear stamper designs that I have seen in shops everywhere now. And I got mine off AliExpress for about $3. It's kind of heavy. It's heavier than the other ones because it's a metal holder. But when looking at all the different designs of the holders for the big stamper heads, this was the one that I thought I would like the most to hold and stamp with, because there was weird funnel shaped ones. There was one that looked kind of like a pill holder, and I can't see, it's about this size. I can't see myself trying to stamp with this because of the way I stamp. When I stamp with all of my fingers. I can't see myself trying to stamp with something that you hold with 3 fingers and have to, I know they say you can press straight down with it. If you prefer to push straight down and you can hold something little like this, then maybe the little bitty pill looking holder is perfect for you. But so I got this one. I see it everywhere on stores, and I'm gonna tell you right now, do not get ripped off and buy it from one of the nail shops, because the price on the nail shop is jacked way up, and then you have to pay shipping on top of the price that they charge, and it's on AliExpress for $3. And I'm pretty sure that they get their stampers off of AliExpress, because I've noticed a pattern. The clear stamper holder version that is new will come out on AliExpress first for order, and then all of a sudden every nail shop on Instagram will have it in their shop, and they'll be like, oh, look at my new stamper holder that I have just come out with. So to me, it's a little bit suspicious. Looks like they're buying off AliExpress and reselling. That's just my own personal opinion. If you don't agree with me, then I'm sorry. It's just what I've noticed. So as you can see straight through it perfectly. Ooh, you can see really straight through it perfectly. Like, I really, really like that view. It does kind of give it a blue hue whenever you get close to the nail though. So hopefully this one stamps really well. As you can see, this is a squishy, squishy stamper. Like, it like eats my finger squishy. And it is huge. Way bigger than your other stamper heads. Here is this one. Here is this one. This is the original size of the clear stamper, and this is the XL version. In this stamper holder, it has a rim so that it can hold the stamper head, because I know some of the first ones that they came out with for the XL did not, and whenever you stamped, your head would sink down into your container. And it doesn't fall out either, because I'm shaking it pretty vigorously and it is not falling out. So let's see how well this stamps. First, to test it off, I'm going to be using this Maui London plate. And I will try to push it straight down first, because I have seen a bunch of people just pressing straight down with this stamper head. And it seems to have picked up. Let me transfer it on here and see how well. It picked it up, but not as well as I would like. Let me try my original method, which is the roll method. And with the rolling method, as you can see, we've got perfect pickup. Oh my gosh, look at that, y'all. It is so crystal clear. Like, you can see through this head perfectly. It's like a huge window. It's a way, way better window than this stamper head. I mean, look at the difference. Here's the big stamper head. And then here is the one I was using before. And as you can see, there is a huge difference in the clarity between one stamper head and the other. And it might be partially due to the thickness of the heads, because as you can see, this stamper head is a lot thicker than this one. And also they seem to be made of like a different material too. As for the feel of this holder, it's a little bit heavier and it's a little bit wider than what I'm used to, but I can still comfortably use it. So real quick, I'm going to test it out on the Born Pretty Store stamping plate and the Ajubis stamping plate, and we'll see how well it picks up on those two. So here's the Ajubis stamping plate. And as you can see, it has perfect pickup. And the last stamping plate that I'm going to test it out on is this Born Pretty Store stamping plate. And as you can see, it it has picked up the image just perfectly. Alright, so to recap, this was the original stamper that I worked with. Loved, loved, loved this stamper, but I have a feeling that I'm fixing to be replacing it with this stamper. Because for me, this one it's a lot squishier. As you can see, your nail goes a lot further in it. It is more like a window than this stamper is, so it's a lot clearer. You can see placement better. The head is thinner, so placing it is easier. These two stampers, like I said with this one, do not like having to look through double windows. It distorts the image. Not the best view. If it doesn't bother you, then this may be the stamper for you. This one, along with this big blue one, both come with caps to protect your stamping head when you're not using them. And then this little guy here, I love the stamper head. It's kind of sticky, as you can see, but it's just, this holder is not doing it for me at all. Like, you can't even see through it. Almost completely defeats the purpose of having a clear stamping head because of the holder it's in. So really need to work on the holder on this stamper head, but honestly, I love this squishy, sticky, kind of reminds me of Jello stamper head. So I hope this video helped you make your decision. Like I said, these are my honest opinions on these stamper holders and the clear jelly stamper heads that come with them. They all pick up good. It's just a matter of what you prefer to stamp with and how you prefer your holder to come. Can't get over this holder. I love this holder. Like, it's like clear jelly stamper revolution to me. Anyways, I hope y'all like this video, and as always, thanks for watching, and please subscribe. Bye guys.